Hi everyone, welcome back to my YouTube channel. Lynn here. In today's video I'm going to show you how you can make and create your own embellishments at home using, guess what? Can you believe it? Yes, it is the glue gun. So let's hop on over and check it out. Alright, so I've already got my glue gun warming up here. So you will obviously need your glue gun and several glue sticks, as we will be using a fair amount of glue. So I'm working on a piece of parchment paper. I found this to be the best surface. Now, I did try a glass mat, but I found once the glue had hardened, I couldn't remove them and ended up removing it with my craft knife. I also believe a silicone mat would work, but I haven't tried that. So grab your parchment paper or whatever surface you prefer. Grab your glue gun and we'll get started on creating our embellishments. So my glue gun is already heating up here. I've got my piece of parchment here and we'll get started on our first little embellishment. Okay, so I've got my glass mat out just for a little bit protection on my table and my piece of parchment paper. Loaded my glue gun up, and what I'm going to do is just pop some glue down and just start going round on my mat to create a circle shape, and then pulling the glue away to form a little domed sort of button shape. Do that again, like so. They will level out themselves okay. I'll just do another one here. And I'm just going to do one more just here, because what I want to show you is when the glue is hot and on your parchment paper there, you can see there, hopefully, that it is full of bubbles and quite transparent. And once you leave that to harden and dry, it goes opaque, and there might be a few little bubbles in it, but most of them probably will disappear. So we'll leave that there to harden, and then I'll show you how easy it is to remove them from the parchment paper. So once they go opaque, this is the best indicator that the glue has dried and it has hardened. So you can see these three here at the top are completely opaque. This one isn't quite as opaque as these, so that to me indicates it's still a little bit warm. Okay, so now they are dry, I will show you how easy it is to remove them from the parchment paper. They just literally lift away from the parchment, literally lift away. So you will just pull those off like so. That one, and that one. And that's how easy. This obviously has a coating of some sort which helps the little embellishments to release from the parchment paper. So the next thing that I want to do is take these little embellishments up a notch. So what I'm going to do is grab my colouring pens. In the meantime, I've turned my glue gun off as I'm not using it, and I'm going to just colour in the little embellishments. So I'm going to use I'm just using a fine point permanent marker, and it's these ones here. Now then, just to let you know, I did try out my classic Spectrum Noir permanent markers, and they just didn't colour at all. In fact, I can show you, but I'll do this first. So I'm just taking my little pen and I'm going to start colouring over. If I were you, probably get yourself a little pair of tweezers or something just to hold it, and then you won't get the glue on your fingers. What am I talking about? You won't get the glue on your fingers. I mean, you won't get the pen on your fingers. Right, so I've just got my pencil here. That's the first thing I can see that's handy. And just colour that in on the top, let it dry. Once you've dried it, go over it again. So this is dry now. So all I'm going to do is go over it again with a second coat and leave that to dry. And do that as many times as you like until you are happy with the finished result. Once you've done that side, flip your little embellishment over and we'll colour the back in, and again do that as many times as you wish to get the desired colour you want of your little gem. So this is just to show you that the classic Spectrum Noir pens don't work. I've tried it and I've tried the thicker end. I also tried the finer tip, and neither of them would colour the little glue embellishment in. So that's just to show you there that they definitely don't work. So I resorted to my little normal permanent markers. So just to show you, I've got some of my little embellishments here, and to be honest, once they're coloured in, I think they look absolutely fabulous, and they do look like little pieces of glass. Got a few different colours there. Got a little blue one as well, and I really like them. And I've actually got a couple of little smaller things, and how these ones came about was when the glue was warming up, little bits of it were dropping off, and as it happened, they all ended up the same sort of size. So this is just those little bits here, just to show you. I'm not going to waste those, I'm going to use those on something. And I just think they will look really pretty on a card or a box or something. I really do think they look like little pieces of glass. I really love them. So that's the first little embellishment. Okay, so for the next little technique, what I'm going to do is I've taken a metal die. What I'm going to do is just fill this up with the glue, working quite quickly around the heart, like that. Okay, leave that to dry. And like the little circle embellishments, you can see that at the moment it's transparent, but when it's dry, it will be opaque. So we'll leave that for a few moments because this one will actually take a little bit longer, I would say, to dry. Okay, you can see that has now dried as it's gone opaque. So literally, just like our little circle gems, it will literally just peel away from the paper. Don't worry about your dies. Honestly, they will be perfectly okay. It just literally, I'm just pushing mine out to the back of the die like so, and you can see that will just peel away perfectly. And there is your little heart embellishment. Any little pieces will just peel away, no problem, like so. And there you have your lovely heart-shaped embellishment. Now I'm going to pop my glue gun on again and just warm it up. This time what I want to do is I'm going to do the same, fill the heart up all the way around with the glue, so just fill it right to the top. Like I say, don't be afraid of it sticking to your dies. But what I want to do this time is I'm going to take a little bit of glitter. I'm just going to sprinkle that on while the glue's hot, like so, and leave it to dry. So the best way to find out if this one has dried is, obviously you cannot see if it's gone opaque, so the best way to do this is just pop your hand at the back of the parchment paper. Just be careful because it might still be warm and hot, and just touch it gently, and if you find that it's cool, you know it's dried. Obviously if it's a little bit warm, just leave it until it has cooled down. All right, so mine is nice and cool now at the back. It's cool to touch. So just like we did with all the rest of them, we are just going to peel this from the parchment paper, and it literally just pulls away like so. And then we are going to start and remove it from the die. So this time I'm pushing mine out, and that has literally popped out perfectly. So there is my lovely heart-shaped glittered embellishment, and the glitter is encapsulated inside the heart. And how fab does that look? All sparkly there. So now I'll move on to my next one. Just before we move on to our next embellishment, the glue gun is ready for a refill. So take your glue stick. What I like to do, a little tip, is just pop the nozzle of the gun into this piece of glue stick, pop it straight in like so, and it will join fabulously on to the one that's already there. Okay, so for my next little glue embellishment, I've taken myself a stamp, and I want to pop some glue out, so make it as big as your stamp is really, or thereabouts. You are going to squash the glue out a bit and put a fairly thick layer. Work pretty quickly. Now be very mindful of the hot glue. Take your stamp, pop it into your glue, keeping your fingers away. Take your paper, and either with your finger protectors or a little cloth, just press your little stamp into the glue, then leave that to cool. Okay, so then to find out if it's ready, just check and make sure it is nice and cool. Just be careful when you check it out. If it is, you can lift your paper away, lift your little stamp off the page, and that is what mine looks like. And then literally your stamp will just peel away from the glue. Just nice and gently, because you don't want to tear your little glue embellishment. So just nice and gently start peeling your little stamp away. Like so, and that comes away, and there's your stamp in perfect condition. There's not a problem with that. And then all you want to do is just grab a little pair of scissors and gently cut around the shape. You can see how easily it is just cutting away there, like that. Just follow the shape so you get the idea. So cut all around there like that, and you will be left with your embellishment like that. And again, we can colour this in. Okay, so all I've done is colour it in here, and I've got a little self-adhesive pearl, and I'm just going to pop that into the middle. Oops, she says, into the middle, like so. And I've done two colours, a light colour on the outside of the embellishment and a darker colour in the centre, so we can probably see the two tones there. And there you go. How great does that look? So this is my finished embellishments, and I absolutely love them. I've got various ones. I've got hearts that I've coloured in with my colouring pens. I've got hearts where I have encapsulated the glitter inside them. I've used some with my stamps and coloured those in. These tiny little ones here were actually bits of glue that were dropping off the glue gun and formed into these tiny little shapes here. And I think they're absolutely wonderful. On this one, I have used two colours with my colouring pens. I've done the darker one in the centre and the lighter colour on the outside, and popped a self-adhesive pearl into that one. On the pink one, I just used one colour and then popped a little green gem into the centre. This heart-shaped one here, I just left that and didn't colour that in at all. I think these really look like pieces of glass, to be honest. I'll just lift this one up and bring it in a little bit closer, and you can see there how fabulous they look. Absolutely brilliant, and I really love them. So why not get your glue gun out today and give them a try? I've thoroughly enjoyed making them. Anyway, thank you ever so much for joining me today. I hope I have given you some inspiration to get your glue gun out and try some of these techniques. If you have enjoyed my video, please give me a thumbs up, and please consider subscribing to my channel. I would really love you to come on board. Thank you ever so much for joining me. Take care, happy crafting. See you all soon. Bye bye for now.